Hello, and welcome everyone to our Day 2 Pilates for Total Beginners. Today we're going to work with the warm-up. I will teach you how to prep your body for the Pilates practice. But before we start, let me remind you, if you haven't seen the day 1 of this series, please come back and look at it. There's only 16 minutes, but that whole class will explain you the main principles which we're going to use during the class today and all of the following days during this series. Without that knowledge, your practice is not going to be that efficient. Learn some information that's going to be essential for your practice and start today with me with the warm-up. We're going to start lying down, so let's set our feet on a comfortable distance from the pelvis and lie down on the mat. Make sure that the distance between your knees is only your fist, and the same distance is going to be between your feet. So set them down on the mat and then extend the arms by your side, close the eyes. Reach your fingertips to the heels, lowering the shoulders away from the ears, giving some space for your neck. Inhale into the rib cage. Exhale, melt the back ribs down into the mat. Feel the contact, even the contact of your lower ribs with the mat. But mind that the lower back is not pressed down into the mat. It has some distance, or at least it's just slightly imprinted. Shoulders are heavy, the collarbones are wide. Inhale here. And as you exhale, tuck your tailbone under. Now press your lower back into the mat intentionally, lifting the pubic bone higher than the hip bones, changing the position of the pelvis into a posterior tilt. Can you keep that posterior tilt as it is and start rolling your spine vertebra by vertebra off the mat? 4, 6, 5, lifting the lower back, then your lowest ribs, the mid ribs follow, and then finally ribs up, upper ribs up, and you finally find yourself on the shoulder girdle. Press the arms down into the mat and find a straight line from your knees to the shoulders. Hug the front ribs together. Draw the belly button down into the spinal cord and lift it up in direction towards your lungs. Feel the glutes working, pressing the hips up, and the adductors working, keeping the knees on the only fist distance. Inhale here into the rib cage. And as you exhale, start melting the spine down. Now start from the upper ribs. As you lower the mid ribs and bottom ribs down, keep lifting the pelvis up. Work in oppositions. Then press the lower back down into the mat. Release your sacrum down. And then untuck your tailbone, finding your neutral position of the pelvis again. Remember how to find a neutral position? That information you can find on the first video of this series. Check it, inhale, and we'll roll up for 6. Tuck the tailbone under, 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale. And exhale down, 6, and 5, and 4, 3, 2. This is your pelvic curl. Untuck the tailbone. Inhale again. We'll do 3 more. Exhale, blow the air out. 6, vertebra by vertebra, inch by inch. Slowly enjoy the process. 5 and 6. Inhale into the rib cage on top. Exhale, melting down, pressing the hips up, opposition. 5, 4, tuck the tailbone under as much as you can till the last second, until you can finally place the pelvis down onto the mat and untuck the tailbone, find the neutral. Inhale. Exhale, imagine that your spinal cord is like a necklace with the beads, and you lifting one bead at a time off the mat. Inhale, and then exhale again, one beat at a time, one vertebra at a time. 4 and 3, blow the air out. 2, all the way, and 1. Inhale All right, let's get our hands in T position, arms in T position, palms facing up. Bring your legs in tabletop position. Bring one leg in tabletop and the other. Squeeze your knees, heels and toes. Knees are directly under the hip joints, shins parallel to the mat. Find the neutral here as well. Remember, pubic bone and the hip bones are on the same plane. All right, back ribs are down on the mat. Front ribs hugging towards each other. Inhale into the rib cage. Exhale, blow the air out. With your next inhale, start lowering both legs down to the left side, but keep your knees squeezed together, heels and toes, as if this is all one unit. Keep both shoulders down on the mat. See how far you can go with that control. And then use the core muscles. Exhale, engage the core to bring the legs back to center. All right, other side. Inhale, legs to the right. Exhale, engage the core. Return your legs back using the core to center. Can you keep the shoulders down on the mat? Inhale to the left. Can you keep your legs together? Don't allow the knee to slide off the other knee. They are together. Exhale, as if they're kissing all the time. Center. And inhale to the right. Rotate, twist. Exhale. Hug the front ribs together to return legs back to center. Inhale to the left. Keep looking up. Keep the neck long. Exhale, center. Engage the core. Inhale. And last one. Exhale. Beautiful. Lower your feet down on the mat. Send them on the comfortable distance from the pelvis. Interlace the fingers. Place them behind your head. And lift the elbows slightly so you can see them with your peripheral view. Find your neutral. Inhale. Try to keep that neutral position of the pelvis through the whole exercise. That is going to be your chest lift. So with the inhale, expand the rib cage. With the exhale, melt back ribs down into the mat. Lift the chest up. Keep the pubic bone heavy. Don't allow this position. You are not pressing the lumbar spine into the mat. Keep pelvis super heavy. The distance between the lowest ribs and the hip bones is shortening. Elbows out to the sides. Try not to close the head with elbows like that. Keep it nice and long. The head is in your arms as in the hammock. And then with the inhale, release down on the mat. And we've got 5 more like that. The most important part in your chest lift is to maintain the pelvis stable in neutral position during the whole exercise. Try to reach forward with your chest towards your thighs, not up. Inhale and exhale. Magnetize chest to your thighs. Keep the pelvis heavy, elbows out to the sides, neck is long. And inhale, down. 4 more. Exhale, blow the air out. Magnetize your lowest ribs to your hip bones. Belly button down. And inhale. And 3 more. Exhale. Chest lift. Keep your feet heavy on the mat. And inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Chest lift. Look forward. Shoulder blades off the mat. And inhale. Last one, we're going to hold it. Inhale. Exhale. Hold your chest lift. Can you keep your knees and feet super stable on the mat? We'll start rotating to your right side. So the left armpit will reach to the right knee, but keep the pelvis stable, especially keep stable your left hip bone. Inhale, exhale, twist. Knees and feet haven't changed their position. Inhale, center, look between your thighs. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Right armpit reaches to the left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Lift the shoulder blade over the mat. Inhale, keep your neutral. Exhale. Super important to keep the neutral position of the pelvis, and that's really hard, I can tell. Inhale, exhale. All right, one more time to each side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, belly button down. Center. And down. And can you imagine that's only a warm-up? All right, move the knees from side to side. Relax a little bit. Maybe head from side to side if your neck tends to help. And take part in the process. It can be tense, so move, release the tension. All right, now grab the hamstrings, roll forward, and let's get into the quadruped position. So hands under the shoulder joints, knees under the hip joints, look towards your pelvis and check if you are in neutral. Good. With the next inhale, you will arch the spine, but keep the core engaged, please, and try to transfer all the extension from the lower back into your thoracic spine more. Inhale, look forward, spread the collarbones. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, belly button in, round the spine, shoulder blades away from each other, chin to the chest, press the mat away. Inhale, arch, keep the core engaged. Exhale, round. Chin to the chest, push the mat away. Inhale, open up. And exhale, tuck the tailbone under and keep it tucking through the whole process. One more, inhale. And exhale. And return, please, to neutral. Now, can you tuck your toes under? Inhale. With the next exhale, engage the core, draw the belly button in and up. And together with doing that, you will lift the knees off the mat just a tiny bit, 1 inch maybe. Inhale. Exhale, engage the core, knees up. 5. Hold 4. Hold 3. Hold 2. 1. Release the knees down. Inhale. Exhale, press the mat away. Belly button up, knees up. Hold 5. Hold 4. Hold 3. And 2. Release the knees down. Inhale. We'll do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Knees up. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Release the knees down. Now, can we get the knees together and the feet together so your toes and heels are touching? We'll do the same thing. Inhale. Expand the rib cage. Exhale. Engage the core. Belly button up. Lift the knees up just a bit. And now, can you keep the shoulders super stable as you will rotate the knees to the left? Inhale. Exhale. Return them back to center. Inhale to the right. Exhale back to center. Inhale to the left. And exhale. Keep your knees low below the mat. Hands center one more time to each side. Inhale. Exhale. Engage the core. Inhale. Rotation. Exhale, down, release, untuck the toes, shake your feet. All right, and we'll finish with bird dog. So press the mat away, keep the leg long, keep the core engaged. Inhale, as you exhale, extend the right leg behind you. Now, that's important, check the pelvis. Usually when we extend one leg behind us, the hip bone lifts like that, and you change the position of the pelvis. We don't need that. We need to keep the pelvis in neutral as at the beginning. So check the hip bones. They're still on the same plane. You're still in neutral. That would be ideal. Extend the left arm in front of you. Can you keep the weight of the body at the center? Look down towards the mat. Keep the neck long. Inhale. As you exhale, both limbs up. Balance. Inhale. Down. Remember to engage the core before you lift the limbs off the mat. Inhale. Exhale, engage and up. Inhale. Exhale, engage and up. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and switch the side. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, extend the left leg behind you. Check the pelvis. Extend the right leg and right arm in front of you. Inhale. the weight of the body straight at the center. Engage the core. Exhale, hug the front ribs together, lift the limbs up. Exhale. Inhale down to touch the mat. Simultaneously up. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale up, hold. Hold for 5, hold for 4, and 3, 2, 1. Release down and sit back to your heels. Round the spine and rest. Release your neck, your head down on the mat, shoulders, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly roll up. Good. So we worked through the one of the possible warm-ups for Pilates class that is suitable for a beginner level, and I hope you will do that warm-up before you will start any Pilates sequence in this 7-day series further forward during the week. Enjoy your day, and I see you tomorrow for the ab series.